Your doctor versus the algorithm. Who wins? Ever wonder why your doctor keeps glancing at that computer screen more than at you? Spoiler alert, they're not just avoiding eye contact. They're wrestling with the very technology that might one day replace them. Picture yourself in that exam room right now. You've got 15 minutes max. Your doctor needs to diagnose you, empathize with you, document everything for insurance, and somehow remember why they went to medical school in the first place. Now, imagine an AI that never gets tired, never misses a rare symptom pattern, and definitely doesn't need coffee breaks. So here's the billion-dollar question. Can a machine really replace the person who's supposed to care if you live or die? The tech companies say absolutely. The doctors say absolutely not. And you're stuck in the middle, Googling your symptoms at 2 a.m. anyway. Let's be clear about what's actually happening behind those exam room doors. Your family doctor isn't just listening to your lungs and calling it a day. They're juggling your diabetes, your anxiety about your divorce, that weird rash you're too embarrassed to mention, and the fact that you definitely didn't take those blood pressure meds like you said you did. They're reading between the lines of what you're saying and what you're not saying. Now enter the AI evangelists with their PowerPoint presentations and venture capital. They'll tell you algorithms can scan millions of medical journals in seconds. They'll show you studies where AI catches pneumonia on chest x-rays better than radiologists. They'll promise you healthcare that's faster, cheaper, and error-free. And here's the kicker. They're not entirely wrong. AI is genuinely impressive at pattern recognition. Feed it enough data about skin lesions, and it'll spot melanoma like a dermatology resident on their 10th cup of espresso. Give it your symptoms, and it might suggest diagnoses your overworked doctor missed. But let's play this out for real. You walk into a clinic tomorrow, and instead of Dr. Martinez, who's known you for 10 years, you get an AI interface. You type in that you're feeling tired all the time. The algorithm asks about your sleep, your diet, your stress levels. Very thorough, very efficient. What it doesn't pick up, the slight hesitation before you answered about your home life. The fact that you lost weight not because you're trying, but because you can't afford groceries. The tremor in your hands, that's not from too much caffeine. A human doctor notices these things in the seconds before you even sit down. Here's where the tech bros got it half right. AI is phenomenal as a sidekick. It can flag drug interactions, suggest rare diseases based on unusual symptom combinations, and catch things in lab work that might slip through. It's like having a really smart intern who never sleeps and has photographic memory. The problem is they're selling it as the whole solution. They're pitching a world where you don't need family doctors at all, just algorithms and maybe some nurses to take your blood pressure. Convenient, cost-effective, completely missing the point of what family medicine actually is. Let's talk money, because that's really what's driving this conversation. Training a doctor costs hundreds of thousands of dollars and takes over a decade. Deploying an AI costs whatever Amazon Web Services charges this quarter. Insurance companies are doing that math right now. Hospital administrators are doing that math right now. Meanwhile, there's an actual physician shortage brewing. Rural areas already can't find doctors. Inner cities are struggling. And instead of fixing the systemic issues that make being a family doctor financially unappealing and emotionally exhausting, we're told AI will save the day. It's like treating a broken leg with a really good painkiller. The AI can't call you 2 days after your appointment because something about your visit kept them up at night. It won't advocate for you when insurance denies your claim for the 3rd time. It definitely won't remember that your grandmother died of the same thing you're showing early signs of. But the future isn't simply doctor versus machine. It's probably something weirder and more complicated. Maybe you'll see an AI for your routine stuff refills, simple infections, basic screening, and you'll see an actual human when things get messy, complicated, or scary. The tech is already creeping in through the back door anyway. Your doctor is probably using AI-assisted diagnostic tools right now without mentioning it. Clinical decision support systems, predictive algorithms for patient risk. It's not replacing doctors yet, it's just making their already complicated jobs even more complicated. Some doctors are embracing this. They're excited about offloading the tedious parts so they can focus on actual patient care. Others are terrified they're training their own replacements. Both reactions are completely rational. And then there's you, the patient, who just wants to feel better and not go bankrupt doing it. You don't really care if a human or a computer figures out you have strep throat. But when you're scared about that lump you found, or your kid's weird symptoms, or whether that chest pain is anxiety or a heart attack, you probably want a human. The insurance companies and hospital chains are betting you'll settle for good enough if it's cheaper and faster. They're betting you'll trade the relationship with your family doctor for convenience and lower copays. They might be right. We've made that trade in plenty of other areas of life. Here's the irony nobody wants to admit. Family medicine has been dying a slow death for years already, and AI didn't do it. Brutal schedules did it. Insurance bureaucracy did it. Medical school debt did it. The fact that specialists make twice as much did it. AI is just showing up to a crime scene it didn't create. So the AI won't replace your family doctor tomorrow. Probably not in 5 years either. But 10 years? 20? The technology will be there long before we've figured out if we should actually use it this way. The real question isn't whether AI can do parts of what family doctors do. It obviously can. The question is what we lose when we automate care itself. What happens to medicine when it becomes another app on your phone? Another algorithm optimizing for efficiency instead of humanity? Some think this is progress, the inevitable march of technology making everything better. Others think it's the final commodification of the one relationship that was supposed to stay sacred. Both groups are probably correct in ways they don't want to admit. And while we're having this philosophical debate, somewhere right now, a medical student is choosing dermatology over family medicine, partly because they've read the same articles about AI you have. They're looking at the future and making practical decisions. Can you blame them? The AI companies promise a world where healthcare is finally accessible and affordable for everyone. They've got venture capitalists and pilot programs and TED Talks. They just need a few more years and a few billion more dollars. Sound familiar? Meanwhile, your current family doctor is seeing 30 patients a day, spending more time on documentation than on actual medicine, and wondering if they should have gone into literally anything else. The AI isn't replacing them. Burnout is. So, will AI replace family practice doctors? Wrong question. The better question is, will we let the conditions that are already driving doctors away continue until AI is the only option left? That's the game being played behind all the innovation theater. That's the future taking shape in exam rooms and boardrooms right now. But here's the twist nobody's quite ready for. Maybe by the time AI is good enough to fully replace family doctors, we'll have finally figured out why we desperately needed them to stay human. That realization might come about 20 years too late, but at least the algorithm will have excellent data on our regret.